Hi, I'm Dave Sylvia from Cooper Stairworks. It's another segment in Tips and Techniques of Stair Building. On an earlier one, I showed you how to connect two rails together using a new ZIPBOLT Rail Bolt. Hex, 7mm hex on a shaft, a head that you can use power to connect, several ways to do it actually. And now, to make things even easier, and the other part of the process, drilling the holes, we're introducing the drilling jig by ZIPBOLT. It has everything you need to do, you put your rails together. Okay, let's get started. Take your parts and pieces, everything you need to connect two pieces of rail together, rail and fitting together, all in one spot. You have the guide itself, which has hardened steel inserts, hollowed out in the back of the guide, so when you drill, the sawdust doesn't get trapped in between the piece and the jig itself. These windows for alignment. You get a 1-inch speed bore bit, quick disconnect, a 3/8 hardened steel bit with a quick disconnect, and a 1/4 inch bit with a quick disconnect also. So you're ready to go. Okay, so make your cut on your rail and a cut on the fitting where you want the two pieces to join. Kind of sort of line those two things up. Divide the bottom of the rail in half, like you normally would. Drill a line 3 inches long on both the rail and the fitting. Now you take your guide and see these little windows here? The first hole I'm going to drill is going to be the 1/4 inch hole that actually holds the zip bolt. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to line this up on it and gently press in. Now you see here, you get some hardened alignment pins, so when you press that in, it holds it into position, because when you're drilling a 3/8 hole, you're going to re-enter that piece. So you get that all set. So the first hole you're going to drill is going to be the 1/4 inch pilot hole that actually holds the lag end of the bolt. So you put that quick disconnect bit right in. You reintroduce the jig onto your fitting, hold it, and you drill your hole. The 1/4 inch pilot hole is drilled now for the bolt. I'm going to drill your next one. So I think an important step in this is to drill that 1-inch hole first. The 1-inch hole, because if you drill the 3/8 clearance hole first and then the 1-inch hole, the bit has a tendency to wobble a little bit and you'll have a rough hole going in. So I'd say, anyway, I like drilling the 1-inch hole first. So you put the guide on to the rail, press it into place, and just taking a pencil, there's a spot there that marks your center for the 1-inch hole. Take out the bit. I'm going to put a little tape on here as a guide so I don't drill through the top of the rail. It's another nice little tip that I showed on an earlier video actually. I'm going to drill my 1-inch hole first. Okay, now let's change bits again. It's so easy with the quick disconnect and drill a 3/8 clearance hole. So you're going to reintroduce the jig. You know, the little pinholes from those hardened pins makes it easy to line up right back where you were. So you're going to get that into place. You're going to hold it in your hand, and you're going to drill your 3/8 hole. Okay, so now you've got the 1-inch hole, the 3/8 clearance, the 1/4 inch pilot hole for the lag end of your zip bolt. And I want to show you how easy it is to, you're all set to go once I put this in. 7mm hex on the shaft, as I had mentioned earlier. And here's another little tip and technique. This is what you seal a toilet with. A little bit of wax helps. If you put that on the end of the bolt, helps it go in easier into your fitting. So you want to start that off, and you I'm doing it with a ratchet, but you could easily do it with a driver too. Okay, now with the bolts in, sticking out proper length, I'm going to stick that in and check it for alignment. Again, I'm going to take the 5mm quick disconnect Allen wrench, Allen bit, and put that in. And here's the secret. Here's what separates it. Here's what makes everything so easy when actually putting a bolt in too. Along with the jig, the bolt itself, all the innovations here, it makes it so easy. You put the gear head right on the bolt. There's a slot cut in. And you can either, if you're working upside down, you can put it upside down onto the thing. In this case, I'm going to drop it right down onto the shaft. Connect it. And bring it together. So you're all set. You get your hole drill. And now you just need to apply glue. So now I'm going to apply the glue to both fitting and the rail. Glue is always your best friend in holding a joint together. I'm going to drop the head in. Get this going. This time as I'm finishing it, I'm going to bring this snug so we're all set. Before we finish up, I just want to show you, I get asked, does it work on an easement too? On a velour or an easement going up a gooseneck? It certainly does. You mark that 3-inch straight line down the center. You line up your window just like you would normally. And this tongue on the jig itself is flexible enough so you line that up and you hold it in place. And then you would drill the pilot or your 3/8 hole just like you normally would. So you're holding that and that fin comes away. So you're all tightened up now and you get that as close as you can. And then all you do is finish sand, blending that in, making sure certainly that the fitting is flat and where you want it to go. And you apply the 1-inch plug and then sand that like you normally would and you have your fitting. And you can see, it really doesn't take long. With one line going down the center, you can align that up with your little windows you have here. You have the guides to make sure it goes in nice and straight. And it just makes a process that sometimes can be cumbersome if you don't do it every day, very, very easy. And here's my favorite part, I think. When you're all done, you can just keep everything in place with the free bag that comes in. It's a great innovation to stair building and assembling rails, and I was really happy to be able to bring it to you.